Hello everybody, welcome to another Vintage Cube video. Interesting pack to start. There's a couple cards there's no like clear standouts. You could definitely first pick a Hallowed Fountain. Could take Miscalculation. Could take Necromancy. Could take Time Spiral. I think I'm leaning towards Hallowed Fountain actually. Blue-white gets a lot of hate, but I think it's a great color combination. Like Miscalc does leave us pretty open. It's a really good interactive spell. Necromancy is good in like almost any deck. You don't need to be all in on Reanimator to make this card good, but there's a lot of graveyard hate, and there's also a lot of other players that take Reanimator stuff pretty highly. I think I'm going to take the Hallowed Fountain. Close pick, though. Lots of defensible choices. Almost always, unless you have like, Black Lotus, there's almost always going to be several viable options in the first pack. What are we hoping to find here? I mean, like either Teferi or Fractured Identity, like a really powerful gold card would be pretty sweet. There's different ways you can build blue-white. Blue-white control is a little bit less popular now than it used to be, but we could just be a hard control deck. Could also be a little bit more tempo. I think I'll take a Polluted Delta here. There's also Seagram Coast and the Wandering Emperor. I do like Ledger Shredder a lot too. A lot of green stuff. Channel is powerful, but pretty narrow. Yeah, definitely just going to take Polluted Delta here. Very good pickup. I think it is better than Seagram Coast. It is also possible that Seagram Coast could come around. And this sets us up well if we were to play black. If we had taken Miscalculation, we would also take the Polluted Delta. If we had taken Necromancy, honestly, also Polluted Delta. Yeah, so we will take this card. Love me a good fetch land. So we could take Narset here. Very good card. We did pass Time Spiral, but it's just powerful on its own. There's also Staff of the Storyteller, which I think is secretly, like, incredibly powerful. This card has really impressed me. I think Narset is still probably better, though, especially this early. I mean, they both are cards you can build around somewhat. Not too interested in, like, a Thought Scour. It is actually close. I really like Staff. I don't think we need Emrakul. We're not, like, a Doomsday start, necessarily. Yeah, I'll take the Narset here. Oh, wow. Okay, well, that got max rewarded. Immediately got past the Time Twister. If we'd taken the Staff, we could take Lingering Souls, which would also be good with our like potential Esper mana base. But yeah, Time Spiral Narset is, of course, a phenomenal combo. Stops them from drawing cards, so you're the only one that gets to draw 7 cards and takes out their entire hand. And now we could take Path or Brainstorm. And I love Brainstorm, especially with a fetch, but I think Path is still the correct pick. A lot of interesting stuff here. There's also like Dark Depths and like Wasteland, but yeah, I'll take the Path, given that we have good fixing for white. Now we see probably just Godless Shrine. I like seeing a couple late black cards when we have Polluted Delta and Godless Shrine. It could be Esper for sure, and then try to get like Orcish Bowmasters to pair with a Time Twister. Kind of a late Splinter Twin. I'm seeing a lot of like red and black in this pack, but yeah, pretty easy. Godless Shrine. So black and white are looking open here, which makes me happy to have taken the Shrine. I do like Weathered Wayfarer in general, but I think we just want to take a pile on here. I mean, honestly, Hymn to Torok is good too, although it's a little tough to cast if we're also playing blue-white. We're not going to be having that many creatures probably, which makes pile on a bit worse, but I do still think it's probably the correct pick. Yeah, I'll take this. Good card. Now I'll take an Oust. There's also Jace, Wielder of Mysteries, actually. If the... that's close, because we could wield a Doomsday and then try to beat Esper Doomsday. But this is probably the more consistent pick. And Doomsday would just be so hard to cast if we're playing... Yeah, I think I'm just going to, like, take the powerful card here instead of, like, the more narrow card. And then if Doomsday doesn't wheel, then that kind of sucks. Now I'll take Shieldred Edict. We're taking a ton of removal, but I love that, honestly. This card is decent. It's definitely powerful in the right deck, but I think Shieldred Edict is still slightly better. Although maybe not, actually. I mean, returns a permanent, draws... yeah, let's take the Shieldred Edict. Now we have a good suite of removal, so I can not stop prioritizing that as much. Wheeling Seagram Coast is excellent. The Doomsday did come around, but we're not doing that. I think we're just going to take the Thought Scour here. Yeah. And this looks great. I mean, just Esper control. Pretty heavy on the control at the moment, which is totally fine. Do we want to try to splash red? Probably not, so I'll just take this, but not play it. So good fixing, good removal. No counter magic at the moment, so that is definitely a high priority. But I like that we have multiple ways to kill planeswalkers as well. Razorverge Thicket is interesting if we want to splash for Oko. Priest of Fell Rites doesn't seem that good. I guess I'll still take it. We could get there. Alright, Mind Collapse, not playing that. Benevolent Bodyguard, not playing that. Okay, so just trying to be Esper control here. Great start, good mana, good interaction, like a card draw plus combo. Yeah, no real flaws in the deck so far. We don't have any win conditions at the moment, but just concession to Narset is a win condition kind of, and then we'll get something. Would love to find Teferis. Ooh. There's Oko, which is the kind of card we wanted. Like, that, we passed the Greenland. There's also Underground Sea. I think we just take the Hull Breacher, though. We already have Time Twister. Yeah, I feel like that has just got to be the pick. This card doesn't look amazing for us. Vendilion Click is good if we can wheel it. Eagles of the North would be good. Honestly, a lot of good stuff here, but Hull Breacher is definitely what I want to go with. Now we see Teferi versus Bloodstained Mire. Wow. I think I actually am going to take the Teferi. Not many things I would take over a black fetch land here, but Teferi is one of the few. Just a very, very good card. Good with Time Twister. Just broken magic card for sure. I don't think it's likely that the Mire comes around. Probably wheeling like maybe Bone Shards. Not much. A lot of green stuff here, unfortunately. But yeah, Teferi is phenomenal. Ooh. Jace the Mind Sculptor, Sunken Ruins, and Shadowy Backstreet all look really good here. I want to take the Jace. There's also even Chrome Mox, although I don't think that's correct. I want to take the Jace, but it's probably correct to take one of these lands. Very close. Our fixing is solid. You know what? I'm going to get a little greedy and take the Jace. It's just so good, especially with all this removal to back it up. Yeah, I'm going to take the Jace and then just prioritize fixing very highly going forward. I mean, famous last words. We might not find more good fixing. There's Mystical Tutor, which can find the Time Twister, and we do have multiple combos with Time Twister. There's also Otawara, but I actually think I like taking this here. This isn't fixing, so this is not going back on what I just said. Yeah, if I didn't have two ways to make Time Twister good, then I wouldn't do it, but with multiple, I think it is worth it to go for that. Okay, unfortunately, no fixing here. We could take Urza. There's like a couple good artifacty cards. Also Karn. I think I'm leaning towards taking the Karn, actually. I don't think Woe Strider is that good. Yeah, I'll take the Karn. I like being sort of in on Super Friends and having lots of Planeswalkers. Okay, Prismatic Ending would be good, but I think I'm going to be disciplined and take the fixing here, having passed a little bit. We have a solid amount of removal. We haven't gotten much more in this pack, so I wouldn't mind a bit more, but we also might wheel Prismatic Ending. And Silent Clearing is a great piece of fixing. There's a Scrubland, too. Reprieve and Daze would also be so good, but I think I'm going to take the Scrubland. It's kind of close. And we're not, like, going to have a million playables. Maybe it is actually Reprieve. No, I think I'm going to take the Godless Shrine. Close pick. Very close pick. Ooh, Balance and Toxic Deluge both look great, but I think Deluge is slightly better. Master of Death isn't amazing here. Balance is sweet with Teferi, but yeah, I think Toxic Deluge is just too good to pass. This deck is looking awesome. Hopefully we can wheel one of the duels from that one pack. It had, like, Sunken Ruin and one other land. Okay, Collective Brutality is fine. Savine Reclamation actually looks pretty good. We have a lot of very powerful things to return with it. But I think I'm going to take the Eagles of the North. It can already find all of our colors. Great pickup. So Mystical Tutor right now can find... Yeah, if it can find either Deluge or Time Twister, I think that's enough. And then it can also just find, like, Shieldred Edict in a pinch. Seems fine. This deck is looking sweet. There's not really any more draw 7s we could get because we know we didn't get the time spiral. Um, okay, I mean, yeah, this is the only card we could ever possibly play. What does this thing do? Prowess, haste, disguise. It seems fine, but yeah, unexpectedly absent. We'll play it if we get the fixing for it. Nice. Shadowy Backstreet Wield. Chromox is actually looking pretty good, to be honest, but I think I'm still going to take the Shadowy Backstreet. Just fixing is so valuable. Chromox would be good. But yeah, let's take the Shadowy Backstreet. Fixing is amazing. I'll take an Everflowing Chalice. Probably not going to play it in the main deck, but we could. Careful Study, probably not in the main deck either. Murktide actually could make it, especially if we play the Careful Study. We have a lot of cheap cards that fill our graveyard, but honestly, Karn's also looking kind of dicey. This is the core. These are the cards that we're playing 100%, and then we'll see what we can get from here. The fixing is looking good. Not unassailable, but good. Ooh, wow. A lot of good stuff here. I'll take a Soul Ring, and now I will play Karn again. That's a great pickup. There's also Inquisition and Spell Pierce, which would be really nice interactive cards, but still, taking Soul Ring. It's not the best deck for Soul Ring, but it's definitely a good one. Yeah, so cannot complain. Would probably have taken a Mox over it, either any of the 3 on-color Moxen. Yeah, I mean, some other stuff in here we could play. I think this is the core, though. These are the uncuttables. Maybe we can wheel Inquisition of Kozilek. Black is actually a pretty small splash now. We just have 3 removal spells, but that's fine. I mean, I'm definitely going to splash for them still. Would love to find an Orcish Bowmasters here. Tundra, Verdant Catacombs. Wrath of God 2, but that's not quite on the same level. We already have Hallowed Fountain. Verdant Catacombs can get Scrubland, Godless Shrine. I guess it cannot get blue right now. That is too bad. In fact, that might mean that I just want to take the Tundra. It's close. Neither one is likely to wheel. I mean, this is a black-white land, this is a blue-white land. We already have a blue-white land, and this could become a blue land if we find another... If we can just, find a fetchable. It also can find Shadowy Backstreet. Yeah, I think I'm going to take the Verdant Catacombs, although it's very close. Happy to get a land either way. Ponder here for sure. Talisman of Dominance looks good, but yeah, Ponder is just great. Definitely better than Mental Note. Also makes me happy to have just taken a fetch land. This deck is coming together so well. I don't think I want Everflowing Chalice. Ooh. A lot of good stuff here. There's Windswept Heath, which is the tri-land. Reanimate, probably not where we want to be. Fourth Aer Lingus is powerful, but there's also Remand. I think it's really Remand versus Windswept Heath, and I'm going to take the Remand, actually. As good as this would be, it is a tri-land. We just took another good duel, and we are light on counter magic. That's a real weakness of this deck. Yeah, I'll take this. Close pick. Very good pick. Enlightened Tutor doesn't do much. It can find Soul Ring, but that's it. Not too thrilled about Tidehollow Sculler, though. I don't think this is very good. Sculler should wheel. Definitely don't want to play Thalia. We're very low on creatures. Elite Spellbinder is solid. I actually think I'm going to take Hangerback Walker, though, kind of weirdly. We could struggle a little bit against decks that are... Well, but actually we have so much removal. I'm not even that worried about creature decks. This is kind of just a brick of a pack, to be honest. I don't think we're likely to splash red. I'll just take this, but not play it. Okay, another good pack. Could take Vampiric Tutor if we want to go more in on the combo, but I think we don't need to do that. I think I'm just going to take Consider. This is a little bit more what I'm looking for, and then we can try to wheel maybe Council Judgment, maybe one of these 2 black cards. But Consider is a nice pickup for sure. This deck looks amazing. Tons of card selection, like a combo finish. I think it's Vindicate over Factor Fiction here. Factor Fiction would be good, but Vindicate's a great interactive spell. Yeah. Um, hmm. We could play an Elspeth. It's not amazing, but we do kind of want like a little bit more ways to actually win the game. And Elspeth can do that pretty well. Also good with Soul Ring. Yeah, I'll take this card. Okay, Duress, pretty good late pickup. I would love to play Iteration, but we are not that sort of deck, so we'll take this. Yeah, I mean, this deck looks amazing. We probably want to play 17 lands. I think that's fine, especially with Eagles of the North. Is Careful Study a card that we want? Probably not. We definitely, actually, we do want Murktide, though. Um, yeah, I think if the draft ended right now, we would just play it like this. But we might get some more cards. I would love to get some more lands, of course. But I don't think we're going to get a way to make Verdant Catacombs into a white land. Or into a blue land. Okay, I'll take Wrath of God. I think I'm not going to play a second board sweeper in the main deck. Although, maybe I should. Mental Note's interesting, but not that good. I'll take Relic as a sideboard card. Yeah, do we want to play second board sweeper in the main deck? And cut Elspeth, go a little bit more reactive. I think playing one is fine if we also have Toxic Deluge, given how much removal we have. Okay, not playing any of these ever. Maybe we play this against Storm. Yeah, I'm not going to play the Wrath of God in the main deck. We could, but I honestly am more worried about like control decks with a lot of counter magic than I am about creature decks. Could also just play 16 lands with the Soul Ring and the Eagles and the cantrips, but I think 17 lands is probably correct, especially with the Silent Clearing. I mean, let's see how the fixing looks. If the fixing is like perfect, I might reconsider. So we have 11 blue sources, 7 white, 5 black. So let's start with this. This does not get blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we're going up to 10. And I think this will be fine. For white, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't want to cut the basic planes, but that's fine. And for black, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I'm going to just play another island, honestly. Actually, no. I'm going to do this. 16 lands. We have 18 mana sources. We also have a bunch of cantrips. I think this is fine. Do we want to play Careful Study? It is card disadvantage, but we have ways to make up the card disadvantage. We don't really have Delve other than Murktide. And we don't have anything with Escape. I think I'm just going to run it like this. This deck looks really, really sweet. Like Esper, Time Twister. We have like this combo with Time Twister, Hull Breacher, Narset, and then like cantrips and Mystical Tutor to set it up. Tons of good removal, good suite of Planeswalkers, Soul Ring, 2 board sweepers. Just looks like an amazing deck. And I will see you in round 1. Alright, we are on the draw for round 1. Obviously would prefer to be on the play, but this hand looks great. I think I'm going to hold the Godless Shrine. Well, it depends on what we see. If we see like a mono red deck and we want to go remand into Vindicate, then I'll play it on turn 1. But I don't want to get this killed and then not be able to like. Basically, if they have Wasteland plus like Ren and 6, I don't want to just die to that. Gonna lead on Hallowed Fountain most likely. Opponent Miracle Grow 88 was able to roll a 6. That is pretty impressive. And I rolled a 1. Tough start. Ooh, that's also a tough start. Oh, that's a good draw. Wow. That is incredible. I really hope we don't brick, and we don't. They have Black Lotus and Restoration of Iganjo. I think I'm actually taking the Restoration, funnily enough. Like, this can just return Black Lotus to their hand. Yeah. So if they top deck, like, something really scary this turn, it could be bad. But If we get to hold up Remand for their Black Lotus play, then we're in great shape. Alright, they're just off of the library plan. They could have skipped their land drop and just tried to, like, really go deep with library, but they don't. I'm going to hold up Remand. We could Shieldred Edict this Lavamancer, of course, but I just really don't care about taking one here. I'm fine taking one for a few turns. Okay, yep. Robber of the Rich. That's interesting. Do we want to remand this? That forces them to use the Lotus if they want to replay it this turn. I think I actually will. It's not the best use of remand for sure, but I think it's worth it. They do just fire off the Lotus. So the reason to hold remand would be so that we could counter whatever they go for with Lotus. But luckily they don't have they won't make another big Lotus play now. So we take this, that's fine. We'll see what they exile. They exile Time Twister. So we can't let them have that. So we need to decide how to proceed. I think I'm going to just Vindicate the Robber of the Rich. Yeah, I mean, kind of too bad to have that gone, because that's like a big part of our game plan, of course, but I'm not going to let them play Time Twister here. If they had Mana Tide, that would have been rough, but luckily they don't. Teferi, good draw. I don't want to let them get back up to library, but this doesn't do that. Okay, I think I'm just going to play this tapped, actually. My life total is relevant here against a Boros deck. They just play Lavamancer and pass. That's fine. Don't really want to path it because the land could help them here. They go for Mox Diamond. Weird. Do they play a 3-drop? Lava Dart my Teferi, sure. I'm going to ponder first. I think I'm just going to shuffle these. Wouldn't hate drawing a land, but that's not, like, exciting. And I'll consider main phase. Thought Scour doesn't really do anything. I'll graveyard that. Okay. I'm going to take one hit from this. They can dome us for 2. Not great, but I would really like to be able to sweep up something with Wrath of God. I don't really want to path and give them a land, and I also don't want to use Shieldred Edict, because that's our only answer to a Planeswalker. 4th Air Lingus. Well, that sucks a lot. Hopefully they don't attack with a Lavamancer, but they will. Yeah, man. We could have won if they hadn't attacked with the Lavamancer, but now we died. That really sucks. We were in a very good position. Hullbreacher gives us a chance, though. Actually, it gives us a good chance. Sweep these away. And now we have multiple removal spells, so we can win if they don't have a burn spell. Lava Dart doesn't do it. So we can win as long as they don't have a burn spell. Also, actually, Hullbreacher just stops... Oh, wait. This is going to be kind of sick. If they crack the thing now and we just play Hullbreacher in response, then they don't get to draw the card. Selfless Spirit. Okay. And I'm going to path the Selfless Spirit. They do get a land, which I don't love. Then do I want to fire off the Shieldred Edict to become the Monarch? I mean, them being the Monarch is not as bad when we have Hullbreacher in play. I guess, no, but they have the Lava Dart, so we can't let them... yeah, so I'm just going to do this. I will play this first, though, in case we find something better to do. Karn, that is good, but let's take out their non-token creature. Oh, no, a token creature. Each opponent sacrifices a creature token. Make a dude. Hit for 3, become the Monarch, and now we're just in a phenomenal position. That Hullbreacher was a hell of a draw. Eagles of the North, don't hate that, just to play it as a big dude with flying. Dragon's Rage is Channeler, okay. I mean, that also has flying, but Eagles of the North can block it. They can't use their Staff of the Storyteller. Now they can. That's too bad. I think we're still slightly ahead here, but it is closer for sure. We get to draw the card. We can't stop that anymore. Don't love drawing a land. I'm just going to make another dude. Cast the Eagles. Hit for 5. And pass, and then hopefully we can trade these off. If they find a burn spell for the Eagles, though, we could lose. Oust is kind of good. Actually, Oust is good. They concede. Okay. So interesting match. Big swings there for sure. They're capable of like turn 1 4th Air Lingusing us, which is scary. I think I will bring in the hanger back. I don't have anything that pays life, which is nice. Well, I guess Deluge, but definitely playing the Deluge. Could play either of these just as bodies to block. Is there anything we really don't want? Like, I think the Time Twister plan is still good. I mean, it's only good if we have Narset or Hull Breacher, but we're pretty likely to be able to get that going. 4th Air Lingus is a big problem since we don't have counter magic. I guess Teferi plus into, like, Board Sweeper gets the job done. Definitely like Murktide. I might cut Elspeth. Yeah, I think I like this plan. Not really the matchup I wanted to run into immediately. Specifically, just 4th Air Lingus is such a nightmare. But this hand looks great. I'll definitely keep. Chandler, yep. Gonna play Soul Ring and go. Hopefully they just play like Robber of the Rich here and we can just get a clean 2-for-1 with the Deluge. Elegant Parlor, okay. Interesting draw. I'll ponder here. These look pretty nice. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep these and draw Remand. Then I don't think we really need Hangerback Walker here, but so I'll just shuffle that away with the Verdant Catacombs. I think we have a black-white untapped. I think we have Scrubland. Don't really want to go for Godless Shrine here. Fable. I will remand this. There's definitely an argument to waiting. I think it's fine though. This does mean we have to draw the Hangerback Walker, which I'm not thrilled with, but I think it's okay. Let's go Karn Plus, actually. Because we're in a spot where land is a good draw. Karn Plus is always nice when, like, there's basically no bad draws in your deck, which is more or less the case here. If they just replay Fable, we're in great shape. And then eventually we'll get to play this Murktide, which should be able to close out the game pretty quickly. Actually, next turn, can we just go Wrath of God into Murktide as a 6/6? Yeah, that looks pretty great. We'll have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana, 4 cards in the graveyard. No, I guess we're 1 mana short unless we find another fetch land. Oh wait, no, we can surveil a card into the graveyard, so we can do it. We just have to surveil into the graveyard no matter what we find. I think that's probably fine. Yeah, I'm fine putting Path in the graveyard. It does grow the Murktide even more. Ooh, interesting draw, but yeah, I'll just grab the Wrath. And drop this. And pretty strong turn 4. I mean, sweep your board into play a 7/7 with flying against a red deck. Like, we're kind of soft to specifically Zealous Conscripts, but even if they Solitude our Murktide, I like our position a lot. Next turn we can play Beefy Hangerback and make a construct with Karn and just try to start turning the corner pretty quickly. This is a key turn, but almost anything they play we can just take out pretty effectively with like our flexible suite of removal spells. Restoration of Iganjo, fair enough. Jace, good draw. I don't think we really need this at this point. I don't want to pay life either. So I'll do that. Make a construct. Land. Hit for 7. And then pass with Unexpectedly Absent up. And Eagles of the North to the land cycle. We could also, maybe we're supposed to just hold that and play Eagles of the North. I think we're probably going to be fine either way. Our life total is very high. So they can return like Selfless Spirit or Channeler or something. And then we can just play Toxic Deluge. Sarah Paragon. Okay. They can play another thing, so we're going to have to Deluge and kill off our own construct, which is not ideal, but not too bad either. I think I will still cycle this. Doesn't matter here. Scrubland, sure. Untap. Let's start by attacking for 7, because I can't imagine they chump block here. Then Toxic Deluge for 4. Going down to 13, which is a little bit lower, but still plenty. I guess technically we're supposed to plus the Karn first, although cannot imagine that mattering. I'll plus the Karn now. Seeing Time Twister and Island, and they concede. Alright, solid. We're able to dispatch Boros aggro pretty well. Game 2 was pretty easy. Game 1 was dicey with the 4th Air Lingus, but we're able to get there. 1-0. See you in round 2. Alright, 0 for 2 on die rolls, but hopefully we get another good hand. And, I mean, I'll keep it. It's definitely not exciting, but the key in this style of deck is just like be hitting land drops and developing the Inquisition and take our Mystical Tutor. Fair enough. This is likely going to get our Surveil land. I hope they're playing like a mid-range deck and not Reanimator. Consider seems fine. Good even. True Name Nemesis. Okay, in response, I'll consider. I'll top that. I mean, we do have Wrath of God, which is another answer, but I think I like the idea of having another answer for this. Interesting draw. So I think what I'm going to do here is go for an upkeep Shield Redeemed, kind of wanting them to counter it secretly. And if they do counter it, then we can... I guess it's bad if they... Oh, no, it's not even bad. Yeah, this is fine. So they sacrifice a non-token creature, and if they counter it, then we can untap and Wrath of God. Okay, that just happened, so it's fine. Hopefully they play another creature. Cryptic Code. That's not really a great one to kill with a board sweeper. Let's cycle this. Grabbing Hallowed Fountain. I guess we could want a third blue source. So do we just play a 6/6 Murktide? Or do we wait one more turn and play Wrath of God first? I don't care about this dude, really. I think I'm going to take one turn off, actually. Just go Soul Ring, Hallowed Fountain, let them hit me for 3 one time. And then next turn, and then hopefully they play another creature and we get free value. And if not, we can still just go Wrath of God into Murktide. We have Pylon available this turn as well. Play a creature. That is perfect. They have no targets. Yeah, that works out really, really well. And then we get to also play Murktide that's a 7/7, so it's a 3-turn clock. That is another good draw. We have 7 mana, so we do have enough to do everything. Mystic Confluence, okay. Yep, this is great. Land, Wrath, Murktide. And this holds back the Rankle. We have they can't Rankle us this turn. We do want to make sure we don't get hit by that, but we can just play Pylon on their Rankle when they do go for that. This turn they might just go like Ledger Shredder, return Cryptic Code or something. But this is a quick clock, of course. We don't have much gas left, but this with the Surveil 2 we'll probably be able to find something relevant. And we have a big mana advantage. Okay, Ledger Shredder is fine. And then they return Cryptic Code, sure. Jace the Mind Sculptor. Interesting draw. So I'm going to get a little greedy and go for a Jace Brainstorm. If we don't find a land, we can't attack with the Murktide, which would be pretty bad, but I think we're very likely to find a land. And even if we don't get to attack with them... we don't find a land, but it still seems fine. They just concede. Okay. So playing against... It looks more like a blue-black mid-range deck than like Doomsday combo or anything. I don't think we need 2 board sweepers, but I do like having 1. I think I'm going to play Relic over Wrath of God. That's 2 answers to their true name. Maybe we do just want 3. Yeah, they actually have a lot of creatures. Maybe we just don't play the Relic then. I mean, they're playing black, but we didn't see anything that has to do with the graveyard. It's pretty likely they do have something, but I like the Planeswalkers. Maybe we actually cut Mystical Tutor. Yeah, I think that's the plan here. I don't really want to be playing card disadvantage cards against a deck that's playing discard spells and counter magic. Okay, looks good. We don't have black mana, but definitely still a keep. Actually, just going to main phase this to play around Orcish Bowmasters. Don't love putting a beefy card in my graveyard, but I think we do need to do it here. I just don't want to like run out of win conditions. That's a very real consideration in this matchup. Here comes Ledger Shredder. We have a good answer to that. Okay. That was a great draw. Now we can... I'm not going to play Relic. I'm just going to hold up Hull Breacher. Hopefully they connive and we get to get them with a Hull Breacher. And then from then on we can just intentionally let them connive. I will jam this end of turn, even if they leave up mana. Okay, let's go... I think I'm going to play Teferi first. It's kind of close. And I will play around Spell Pierce / Miscalculation. So I'll go Swamp, Teferi. And then if they kill this, then we'll know that we like won't let them connive, basically. Haha! Alright, I'll take it. Yeah, that was a great position. We could then just play Relic, they connive, which would just make them discard a card. We'd play the Relic, make them connive, bounce their thing afterwards. We could even let it stay in play, but I think just keeping the dude off the board is good. Then we have like Hull Breacher in play, Teferi in play, ready to play Jace the next turn. Pretty unlosable from that position. Man, 0 for 3 on the die rolls. That kind of sucks. Against Siren. Good hand. Definitely keep. We need to decide what land we want to get here. If we want to get, like, which color we don't want to have two of. Another red deck. Alright. Ponder. Okay, I think I'm going to just go land Ponder here. Or, yeah, Ponder, and we can keep two of the cards if we like them. Alright, there's another white source. I think this is fine. I'll draw the white source. Oh, wait, no, this... Let's see. No, let's just get let's draw the island and then get a black-white land with this. So we'll go... Plains... Island Remand. That way if they dash Ragavan, they just hit a land. I guess hitting Remand isn't good either. But yeah, that's fine. Then we'll draw the basic island, and then we can fetch black-white land, and then we'll have two of all of our colors. Lava Dart my face. That's pretty aggressive. I think I'm happy to see that here. Hey, baby. Thank you. Take two. This is fine. Down to 16. We'll draw the island. We'll play this and pass. I think I'm happy to remand this here. Yeah, that seems fine. So we'll just grab Scrubland, remand. Actually, I'm just gonna unexpectedly absent this. Yeah, I think this is slightly better. They both basically do the same thing. They both trade 2 mana for 3 mana at instant speed and make them recast it next turn. But this way, they like bricks their draw step for a turn. Murktide, good draw. Island pass. Yeah, that Murktide is our plan to victory. Here comes Gut. That's remand. Consider. Graveyard that for sure. Eagles of the North, not too good, but not too bad either. I think I'm just going to take this out, actually, and so I can play an even bigger Murktide. Maybe not. 7/7 should be fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. Don't really see a way they can win from here. So I can attack with this and then sacrifice the Swift Spear. And I'll make them sacrifice a token creature. Each opponent sacrifices a creature token. Oh, they're playing blue. That is scarier because now they could bounce the Murktide. But they don't do it here at least. Draw Silent Clearing, not the best, not the worst. Hit for 7. Iteration. Don't like that. Because that could help them to find an answer. Yeah, like a bounce spell. Rampaging Ferocidon. Okay. I think I'm just going to take out this Gut now. That seems fine. Nice. Top, top. Now I'll go land, Jace, bounce the Ferocidon, hit for 7. And they concede. All right, up a game against blue-red aggro. A lot of relatively aggressive decks here. I think I will bring in the Hangerback once again, cutting. No, I like Mystical Tutor for finding our sweepers. Maybe it's just Elspeth. Maybe it's Karn, actually. Yeah, I think Elspeth is a bit better than Karn. And yeah, I'll run it like this. I don't like that silent clearing hurts us, but I also do think the fixing is worth it. Like, we have double white, we have black. Like, I think it's worth it. Okay. Good hand. Another Swift Spear game. Okay. This will deal a lot of damage to us for sure. Once again, we have to decide which color we want to not have 2 of. I don't actually think we have a blue-black land. So we still need to decide between blue and black with this. I will play it, though. Okay. Huh. They're really aggressive here. Am I okay with taking 6? I don't want to path. I think I will do it, but I don't love it. Mega aggressive. Hopefully they've... Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's kind of bad. Grab this. Graveyard that. Okay. And then if they just flashback this, we take another hit, but then we deluge for 2, I guess. Doesn't seem amazing. Okay. So we take 4, go to 8, then we play Deluge, go to 6. Reckless Charge is sitting in the graveyard, ready to do some damage. Super aggressive start for the opponent. Pay 2. Down to 6, so we could just die to Fiery Confluence here for sure. Hopefully they just play like Gut, True Zealot or something, some like dopey creature. Interesting, no play. Let's just go for, oh, kind of punished for not getting a second blue source, especially since we do have the Time Twister already. But still, getting a 1/1, just getting Elspeth down is pretty nice. Just making some blockers. Burst Light in my face, so might just be dead to like another burn spell here. We are at 4. Dreadhorde Arcanist, okay. That's fine. Blue land. Duress, not bad. Ancestral Recall and Chandra, that's hilarious. I honestly am going to take the Chandra. I don't think they have that much blue mana in their deck. Each opponent sacrifices a non-token creature. And I'm going to start pumping soon, but I think this turn it actually does speed up our clock to just add 1 more power across multiple attacks. I think we're going to be making at least 3 attacks. But now we probably just pump and start swinging for 5. Many good draws here. Hull Breacher is among them. Do we go for the Hull Breacher here? I feel like we do. Or go for the time. Okay, yeah, this is perfect. Hull Breacher, and I will path this. It gives them the land. Don't love that, but we can just untap Time Twister, and that should win the game. Okay, so we go Island, Jace, Fate Seal. Huh. I guess I'll say no. Kind of annoying. But we can go Mystical Tutor into Thought Scour into Remand. So they crack the thing. They have 3 mana up. I don't think there's anything that could beat us here. Oh, wait, they can't even do it because of the Hull Breacher. That's hilarious. Alright, I'll take another treasure. Thank you. Nice. So I think we just didn't drop a single game. Maybe Esper Control is secretly the best deck in the format. This was like a hard control deck too. Like no tempo stuff. I mean, we had we had a few creatures, some combo game plan, but primarily just like good fixing, good card draw, good removal, good planeswalkers, and really cruised. Did not drop a single game. Cannot argue with that. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.